Hi there, everyone. It's Mark Lawrenson here from Sydney Astrology School. And we're here with Alex Trenoweth. And she's going to be telling us all about a fabulous mini course that she's got in store for us. And it's called Getting Children to Reach for the Stars. Now, it starts on Tuesday, May the 25th, and it's a 4-week mini course. So it's going to be at 9:30 a.m. In the UK and 10:30 in Europe. It's going to be 6:30 p.m. for us here in Australia, Eastern Standard Time. If you are in other time zones, you won't miss out because every single webinar is going to be available via replay. So you're going to be getting 4 webinars and they're going to be 90 minutes each, conducted by Alex. And if you click the link below and join us via this YouTube clip, you will get a special discounted price. You will be getting the extended early bird price, but it's only offered through this YouTube clip. So just click below for that. Alex, getting children to reach for the stars. Now, what's that going to be all about?
Well, first of all, I got a little bit nervous when I started hearing about astrologers working with children's charts because often astrologers don't have the right skills. And with working with children, one of the things you must have is you must have police clearance, and you should have experience working with children, like teaching or being a social worker or being a police person. But you need to have the right qualifications to work with children's charts.
Sure.
So I'm going to be talking a little bit about child protection, international laws and international guidelines about things that we can and cannot do. And having said this about working with children's charts, it's also very valuable that we learn how to protect our practices and work with children because children are at a vulnerable age, particularly in adolescence.
Sure.
So after a lot of thinking and a lot of looking at what other people were doing, I've sort of come up with a way that does what I've said. It's going to protect your practice, and it's going to help children grow into productive individuals. And we're doing that by working with the parents as well, because the parents are the person who are in that powerful position, and they have far more influence than anything that I can say as an astrologer. So it's empowering the parent too, so that they can, I always call it, get a hold of their Saturn, because that's what you need to do when you're a parent all the time. Even if it makes you grumpy, you have to hold your Saturn, keep your boundaries very firm. And if you have a partner, your partner needs to do the same thing because they're protecting their space as well. So you two need to work together and agree or disagree. You have to understand where each other's boundaries are
Yeah,
to
sure.
raise children. So this course is for astrologers who need that actual little tool in their kit to expand their practices
Oh, good,
safely.
good.
That is.
Now, do you specialize in this area? I know you do a lot of family work and a lot of child work, particularly around adolescence. Is that correct?
That
How
is
did you
correct.
how did you acquire these skills?
That's 20 years of being in a classroom. I reckon I've taught about 50,000 British school children in my long and illustrious career as a teacher, and I
Hmm.
learned a few things about children's behavior, working with parents, because that's the other thing of teaching is that we see a lot of parents to discuss education. So yes, I do work with parents and families in general, but it's with an educational slant. How children learn, and that's another aspect of this course. Is it's not looking at a child's personality and making a prediction of what kind of person they're going to develop into. It's more looking at their learning styles and how to inspire them um, and help them find the joy that they need to be motivated to become successful. And successful, I don't mean by being rich or famous.
Yeah,
I mean
yeah,
being happy in your heart and content
exactly.
with what
Yeah,
you're doing and where you're going.
exactly. So, Alex, could you take us back a little bit and tell us when astrology came into your life and how that all happened for you?
Well, curiously enough, I was an adolescent, and my mom was reading the daily horoscopes, and it must have been some sort of special edition where they're talking about personality types. And I'm a Cancer. I'm July 20th is my birthday, and she was reading it, and she said, "Oh, Cancer, home loving and shy." And I thought, well, astrology is a load of rubbish, isn't it? Because I'm neither home loving nor shy. And that was my attitude, until I got to university and I met a friend who was had an ephemeris. And she pulled out, she asked me what my sun sign was. And I always said, because I'm 20th of July, I'm on the cusp of Leo. I always said that because I always felt
Yeah, it's always
more
a
like a
good one.
Leo.
I'm right on the cusp.
Yes.
I'm on the border there.
But she looked at this ephemeris and she said, I bet you have Leo in your chart. You must have, maybe you have a Leo moon. And I had never heard this. So she took out this ephemeris, which to me looked like this magical book of incantations. And she says, well, according to my calculations, I think that you do have the moon in Leo, but you definitely have Mercury in Leo. And if my calculations are correct and you're a Gemini rising, that means Mercury is your ruling planet. And it's a Leo, and that's why you feel like a Leo. So, I mean, for that moment, I mean, that was just like mind blowing to
Yeah,
me.
very
And
similar to
from then
me when I found out where my moon sign was. And all of a sudden I just went, everything fell into place then. Yeah.
yeah, were you, out of curiosity, were you born at night?
Was I born at night? No, I was born at lunchtime. I was born in the middle of the
Oh,
day.
right, okay. Because
Yeah.
I've talked to people and I've asked them, sometimes they feel, they if they're born at night, they resonate more with their moon. So I was just curious, if
Oh,
you,
okay. Okay. I'm a full mooner. I'm a full mooner. So maybe that's got something to do with it. And my
uh,
North Node's on my moon as well. So lots of
oh,
moon
right.
stuff. And I'm a Cancer rising. So my moon rules my chart. So, a lot of stuff to do with the moon for me. Yeah.
It's very important. In this course, though, we do obviously, if you're going to look at a child's chart, you can't miss the moon. I mean, but
Yeah, of
we're more
course.
focusing on Jupiter and Saturn because those two planets are about growth and development. And I'll be talking a bit about important stages of life because children reach critical ages at very predictable times, and so if a parent can prepare for those, um, what is they forewarned is
Is
forearmed.
forearmed. Yeah, exactly.
So parents can be ready for it, because I think a lot of people who become parents, they just don't know what to expect, and astrology can take the edge off of that, and help you understand your child and yourself as well. That's very important for parents because we're designed to have children when we're young, so we don't have the wisdom we get we acquire, or we should acquire as we get
Exactly.
older.
Having them a little bit
Um,
later might be more helpful. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
but that
Alex,
has its drawbacks too.
do you think it's important for astrologers to know how to do children's charts? Is that something that astrologers should have in their toolkit, so to speak?
Yes and no. With the right training, yes, but to just randomly, have a go at a child's chart, I think could be quite damaging.
Yeah.
So I do think that working with children's chart is an advanced skill for an astrologer, and I don't know of too many schools who actually offer a course of working with children's charts, and I think that it should be an elective, which is one of the reasons why I'm really happy to be teaching with your school, because I think the more astrologers that become aware of the goods and the bads of working with children's charts, the better the profession can be,
It's such
because
an
we all have to
important
know
topic,
what we're
isn't
good
it?
at.
Exactly. And it's such an important topic, and very few people are good at it like you are. So this is going to be really special for a lot of people to actually get your experience and your wisdom. What are the students going to get from this? What are they going to benefit? How are they going to benefit from doing this course?
Well, I know from working with a lot of astrology students that we're never stagnant. We are always learning new things, and we're excited by new research and looking at how other people do things. So one of the things that students that come to this course will discover is how I work as an astrologer and how I developed as an astrologer. And I think as I'm a teacher as well, professional teacher, you know, how to teach a course, you know, because it's got structure to it. It's got different activities that we're going to be doing. It's not just me giving all that for 90 minutes. It's going to be, you know, going to be break time with some work to do, and then some homework as well. And so at the end of it, they're going to have, you know, a good record of the progress that they've made over this course, reflection time to think about their own practice and what they want to do as an astrologer if they want to work with children, because maybe at the end of this, I'm going to scare them so much with child protection and the things that go wrong, they might decide, I don't want to take that risk because I don't have the skills. And maybe
they're heading into
maybe
territory.
that might happen. But if they're a parent as well as an astrologer, they'll be armed with this information of how to be a better parent and you know how to embrace their Saturn.
And really, that's enough. Really, just, you know, to understand it on that level. I think that's perfect. That's brilliant. So, Alex, to sum things up and to do a final little sell of your course, do you want to have a few words to sum up what you're going to be doing? Just a little package of maybe a paragraph of what the course is going to be all about for them?
Yeah, I think this is a very unique course. Not a lot of people do this. In fact, I think that I'm the only astrologer who is qualified to teach this course because of my experience with working with children, and the unique perspective of understanding how children learn and develop, and being a parent myself. You know, I know that it was not always a smooth road, and you know, there was a lot of difficulties along the way. And if I had astrology as a parent, I think I could have been a better one. But astrology came to me as a teacher, and it certainly saved my teaching career, because teaching is no easy career either.
No. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much, Alex. It's really exciting. I'm going to be, I'm doing it. You know, I've been doing astrology all my life, but I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be learning heaps from it. So I'm looking forward to
That's
it.
great to hear. You know, I really love to hear, you know, feedback like that from other astrologers, because when a couple years ago, I heard an astrologer talking about working with children's charts, working with children one-to-one, like having them in your consultation office or on a Zoom meeting. And I was like, hold on, you can't do that. You know, you can never, ever have an unsupervised child in your consulting office. I mean, like I said, I've taught 50,000 children, and I'd never do that, even though I have all the police clearance and everything else, because of the risks involved. And so, you know, I think the more we talk about this, the more we make people realize, actually, you're not only putting yourself at risk, but you're putting your entire practice at risk. So you need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So important. So thank you, Alex. So
Okay,
everybody, Alex's course starts on May the 25th. It's a Tuesday, and it goes for 4 consecutive weeks. And as I said, if you click on the link below, you're going to get the special early bird price. It's available only to the people who are watching this YouTube clip. So we'll see you all at Alex's course. Thank you. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.